Yes, my beautiful people, it's creamslice. Welcome back to the channel. Hope you guys are hyped for lightfall just as much as I am. So in this video, it's probably going to be the last video on this channel for this current season. It is going to be a grandmaster build, and we are on the Titan subclass, and we are using a glaive, guys. So the glaive build that I put together a few months ago, or last month, a few weeks ago, I thought we'd test it out in the grandmaster and see how it performed. We can absolutely eliminate champions with this build. We have suppression going on, we have weakening going on, we are getting a massive 200% damage increase with the exotic we're using, not to mention the glaive that we've got. We're using close to melee, which is an extra 30% damage increase with your melees. We're getting fast abilities, we have unlimited overshields. As you already know, we're going to be using the void subclass, giving us that nice crispy overshield every time we pop our barricade, meaning that we can just go hell for leather and just start glaving, poking things with a pointy end, as they say. So do me a massive favor, guys, give me a like on this video, subscribe to the channel, because we are going to be going hard when lightfall drops on the builds. Just show some appreciation. The builds that I'm bringing you guys, they are totally viable for grandmasters. Don't crush me on this. The runs that we were doing in this grandmaster were so fast. We was eliminating every champions, but I was running LFGs and we couldn't quite get the communication in the boss room, guys. Instead of getting Wavens attacking us, or some guy just called them dragons last time I was playing, man. Like, the Wavens are dragons. Like, I thought it was really cool, but he was a really good guy anyway. But thank you for the runs, guys. Nonetheless, I love this game and it is enjoyable whether or not I get to complete a run or not. I like playing with different people, so if I have come across you in the past few games on the LFG, it's been fun, and thank you for letting me run the glaive build and not, you know, kicking me out the fire team. So yeah, follow me, give me a like on the video, let the video play out to the end. Let's go straight to the subclass. So we're running Ward of Dawn for that fire team medic type playstyle. We always need a Titan bubble in grandmasters, you all know that. We're using vortex grenades for that internal suck, and we can weaken enemies and then start glaving with that. So the two fragments I chose to run with this build were purely based on ability regen and giving us increase to our melee, as well as giving us that nice crispy overshield that we get. So we're running Bastion. Well, when we cast our barricade, it gives us an overshield to us, and we also give an overshield to our allies, giving us a massive 50% damage reduction overshield, which is super powerful in endgame content. And then we've got offensive bulwark. When we have our overshield or we're inside of Ward of Dawn, our grenade recharges faster, so do our fire teams, and we have increased melee range and damage. Melee final blows will extend your overshield. And in undermining, so we get that nice 15% increase to our damage by weakening enemies. This will allow us to pretty much decimate our champions when we hit them with a grenade, or if our fire team does. We've got Echo of Exchange, melee final blows grant grenade energy, and then we have Echo of Leeching, so every melee kill we get will start health regeneration as well. And this does actually work with the glaives. So on our journey to reaching that massive damage multiplier with our glaive, the backbone to this build is going to be based around the Synthoceps, biotic enhancement, increased melee lunge range, improve melee and super damage when you are surrounded. So when you're surrounded by 3 or more enemies, your melee and your super now have a 200% damage increase. The second part of the puzzle to the glaive build is going to be the Judgment of Kelgarath close to melee. So what initially will happen, you will get final blow with your glaive projectile, and then you will get 10 seconds of close to melee, giving you an extra 25 to 30% damage increase on top of the Synthoceps. So this is what enables us to pretty much just slap champions all over the place. And then the perk Ambush works super well with it, because this is going to increase our damage against enemies as soon as we swap to our glaive, which being a glaive build and a high risk high reward build, instead of specking out with firepower because it's all about boosting the melee damage, I thought with the armor mods we will just increase our tankiness. So the first part of this is using the seasonal mod, passive aggressive guard. You receive less damage from enemies and you're wielding a glaive. I couldn't tell you how much the damage reduction is, but I can really tell, especially in grandmaster content, the way that we are able to just glaive enemies while being surrounded and kind of get out there just before we kind of get splattered. Usually if we don't run passive guard, we just get stomped out. So you can definitely tell it has a lot of resistance with this mod. And the second part to our survivability is going to be focused around spawning a void well to take advantage of protective light. This did get a little bit of a nerf, guys, but when we're talking about stacking damage resistance with this build, with it being a glaive build, you want to just make your Titan as tanky as possible. So protective light is definitely a key mod in this build, because when you're pretty much at death's door, you can rely on protective light to kind of save your ass when you are melting champions and just pretty much getting attacked from all kinds of directions. Then the other two mods I was using is Reaping Wellmaker, and then we are using Well of Tenacity. This will give us progressive healing for roughly about 8 seconds when we pick up that void elemental well, again adding to our survivability. So we have protective light when we pick up a void elemental well, and then it's going to proc Well of Tenacity as well for us. And then we have elemental charge on the helmet to give us 2 stacks of charge with light when we pick up that void well. And then we have legacy ambush. This will increase the ambush perk, giving you extra melee damage with your glaive. So this is pretty much a standard build, guys. It's nothing major. It's really easy to set up. And then we was using your Lord Kelvin's Basilics with our void grenades to stun overload champions. Really simple build, like I said, to put together, but so effective, guys. And honestly, with the survivability that we've got, the tankiness that we've got between protective light, Well of Tenacity, our overshields, you much plant your barricade in the middle of a group of enemies, keep getting that 50% damage reduction with your overshield, and just keep on killing. You've got Echo of Leeching working as well, so that's giving you health back, as well of Well of Tenacity and protective light. And then you have all the damage multipliers stacking with your glaive, just pretty much taking everything out. It's a really smart build, and the survivability is absolutely insane. There will be a dim link below as usual in my pinned comment. So like I said, if you do find this build helpful and fun, leave a like and support the channel. So I'm creamslice, peace.